What's going on? So today, just going to hit it real raw. Title is Your Mindset, Your Accountability. Now, a lot of times we're asking for a lot of things. We want new opportunities. We want to have a business. We want to, be successful in our business. But what we're not doing is we're not taking the accountability. Because what you have to realize is when you want something in life, whether you want a better relationship, whether you want a business or your business to scale, or a new business, or whether you want a new opportunity, whether that means staying in the company you're in, or whether that means leaving the organization, going into a different field, whatever that may be, there is certain things that you need to do. There's certain learning that you're going to need to incorporate. There's certain new habits that you're going to need to start gaining. Now, here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to take the judgmental approach and say, oh, if you're not doing it, you don't want it enough. I don't believe in that. Sometimes I feel like there's certain things that limit us, and whether it be fear, whether it be pain, whether it be things that we haven't dealt with, and it manifests in different ways. Here's my point. I'm just all about accountability. I always say change starts with awareness. That's the first thing, because if you're not aware, you can't change it. That's the truth of it. But outside of that, it really is about us just asking ourselves, actually, what do I want? Like, actually ask yourself, because sometimes we're so quick. Yeah, I want to be successful. Yeah, I want money. Yeah, I want this. And we spend so long and so many long hours. We do all the things we think is going to get us there. And actually, what we don't realize is when we've got there, we look around, nobody's there. And actually, we get the money, we get whatever it is we've asked for, but all the other stuff we wanted is not around us. And it's important that we start asking ourselves some serious questions. I always say that questions, I know, can come across accusational, but the truth of it is, questions, if you ask them in the right way, and if you peel down the first layer, the second layer, never take the first answer you give yourself. But it's a skill that you have to really learn. And if you're doing it, or if you've done it, then great. But it's important that we're asking ourselves these vital questions, because actually it's not good enough just saying, okay, I want to get fit. Okay, so what are you doing? Well, I'm working out. Okay, I know many people that go to the gym, still not where they need to be. Actually, if you're going to gym and you're going once a week, are you going to get where you want to be? If you're saying that you want to lose weight, you might lose some. Again, it's all about being realistic. It's all about taking that accountability. And sometimes as professionals, we don't want to do it. In the context of, working with young people and looking at your impact that you might have, in the context of working with athletes or whoever it is you support, in the context of being a manager, a leader, we have to understand that if we're working with people, you have to understand people. You have to understand what motivates people. You have to understand what makes people, how people react when there's change. People react in different ways, and it's not helpful to be like, well, that's a good way, that's a bad way. There's helpful ways and unhelpful ways, but how something might affect me may impact and affect somebody very different. So it's important that when we look at mindset, when we're talking about change, we have to understand it has to stem from accountability. And ask yourself, what does that look like? We're afraid sometimes to have an accountability partner. And it's so easy to say, oh, you're my accountability partner. And when someone says, oh, have you done? Guess what? All of a sudden, you can't hear from the person. You need to be your first accountability partner. Because if you're sitting here saying, well, I can't do it for myself. Here's the truth of it. Why can you do it for someone else? If you can't do something for yourself, how can you do something for someone else? We need to really deep that. I really want us to really think about, I say it a lot. If you can't commit to yourself, why would you expect someone else to commit to you? It's just that. It's just plain and simple. I've realized in our life that we complicate things so much. In the words of Einstein, is that we do the same things over and over again and we expect different results. It's actually crazy. It's actually ludicrous. Try something different. And no one's saying that when you try the next thing, it's going to work. No one's not saying that. But the person that succeeded, they failed so many times. And in fact, it's not even necessarily a failure. They've learned all those times. So when you understand that it's not a loss, it's a lesson, you'll realize, okay, this is what I've got to do the next time. You will win. You will succeed. If you don't give up, Do you see what I'm trying to say? And also what you need to understand is, again, what's your destination? Some of us are sitting there saying, I want this top spot. And actually, our effort is not top spot level. Again, accountability. So I really want us to think about in the context that we work, whether we're a manager, whether we're a colleague, whether we have our own business, whether we work with young people, whether we work with athletes, whatever it is, parents, whatever we're individually doing. I really want you to think of one thing. What is your goal? Then I want you to think of, what am I doing? Like, what accountability am I doing? Because a lot of times we're not kind of ourselves. So we want something, and then, 6 months down the line, we haven't got to where we want, even a year down the line, sometimes even 2-3 years, and we give up because we go, it's not meant to be, it's not for us. Yeah, but here's the truth of it. What's 3 years in a ratio compared to 25 years? The ratio is doesn't even come close. So if you want it bad enough, and you're saying you're going to give up in 3 years, actually, then how bad do you want it? So I really want us to sit here and say, what is it I want? What am I doing to achieve it? And then I want you to really say to yourself, am I holding myself accountable? Am I developing those skills to get better? That's what you need to do. Rate yourself out of 10. I can sit here and say, I'm not necessarily a 10. Some days I do procrastinate. However, I've learned techniques now that I snap out of it really quickly. And it's not about you being a 10 everywhere. I did a video about this months ago. Sometimes you need tools or techniques or whatever it is to help you get from a 5, 6, 7 to a 9, 10. It's all about helping. It's all about assisting. No one's a perfect 10 in all areas. And if you are and you consider you are, great. That's a conversation for another time. But ask yourself those questions. So I'm going to leave you with that. Your mindset, your accountability. Until next time.